Hello, and welcome to the practice of mindful yoga and Mind the Moment homegrown video productions. In our practice of yoga, our purpose is to see it as a moving meditation and to cultivate a sense of being present in the body as it moves, experiencing physical presence in each moment. So let's take a moment now to drop in, to come into this place and this experience. Maybe taking a moment to notice your surroundings, the light and the colors, to feel the air on your skin, to hear the sounds. And then, if it feels comfortable for you, allowing your eyes to drift closed or casting your gaze down at the floor, drawing the attention inward. Getting a sense of being alive in the body. Feeling the breath. Breathing in now, let's straighten the posture a little bit, staying pretty soft and relaxed. And as we breathe out, allow a little wave of softness to pass down through the body, from the head down toward the floor. Letting go of tension in the face, softening the jaw. Breathing and allowing the shoulders to drop toward the floor. The arms heavy and relaxed. Perhaps feeling the place where the body meets the floor, aware of being supported and stable. In most of our meditative practices, we accept the breath just as we find it, whether it's perfect or imperfect. And we do that in yoga as well. But in yoga, we also practice intentional breathing. So let's begin this practice with full yogic breath. As we breathe in, allowing the belly to swell out, and then with the out breath, pressing in with the abdominal muscles to help us empty. At your own pace, some nice deep breaths, belly swelling out and pressing in as we empty. Bringing attention to the breath really brings us into the present moment. And releasing that effort and coming back to the natural breath. Let's begin to move as we swing the arms up, breathing in. With the exhale, letting them float down. In mindful yoga, we're bringing attention to the sensations that movement causes in the body. Noticing the breath as we move. Arms all the way up. And let's bring them down front and center. And we'll begin to open and close. The spine floating gently forward and back, just starting to loosen. And releasing that. We'll allow the arms to dangle down at the sides. Let's do a little bit of sideways bending. Stretching one arm up and over the hip. Mindful of the sensations that accompany that movement in the body. And back to center. I like to begin every yoga practice with something called the joint freeing series. We move through all the joints of the body, moving them with patience and curiosity, and allowing the body to loosen before we make any more demands on it. So let's start by extending the feet out in front, legs out fully, and we'll start down at the feet and ankles, pointing and flexing as we breathe. Now starting to circle. Taking those circles one way and then the other. Wiggle the toes a little bit and press the edges of the feet together and push the soles gently toward each other. Notice how that echoes all the way up the legs. Now moving up to the knees, let's draw one knee in. We'll hug it into the chest and check in with the posture, see if the spine is straight. Then extend that leg out with a little support from your hands, reaching out actively through the heel. And again. Now this time, let's reach out through the toe, noticing how that might be different in the leg. Letting that one rest, let's turn to the other leg, hugging it in, extending out, reaching through the heel. And then also through the toe, activating the front of the leg. Drawing the knees up a little bit and leaning back on the hands. Let's see if we can loosen hips and knees with a little bit of windshield wipers. It's a curious exploration. What does each thing feel like? And back to center. You might notice that I'm sitting on a folded blanket. For some people, it's much easier to sit in a cross-legged position if the hips are a little bit higher than the knees. So a folded up blanket suffices very well. Now let's get comfortable as you can in a cross-legged position, and we'll do a little circling of the torso, loosening the low back, breathing in As we swing the body back, exhaling forward. And when you're ready, changing direction. Now the circles grow a little smaller and we'll come back up to an upright position and consider the shoulders. What is it like to circle the shoulders? Breathing in and out. And changing direction. Now bringing the arms up front and center. See if you can get the elbows up around chest height. And as we breathe in, we'll open. Exhale, close. Loosening the shoulders, but also opening the chest area. Breathing it open and closed. Now open and rotate. Noticing all the sensations in the arms and shoulders with that. And back. And then we'll surrender that one. Coming up to the neck. Let's turn the head gently from side to side, finding the limit of your range on each side and noticing if it's different. Letting the head glide, not forcing anything. Yoga never demands pain. Sometimes there's a little challenge, but never pain. Coming back to the middle. Let's breathe in as we lift the chin. Exhale, allowing the chin to drop down on the chest. And again, following your own breath. Coming back to the start. Let's lift one ear toward the shoulder. And then the other ear toward the shoulder. Just a time or two. And back to center. Coming to the arms, let's bend the hands with the arm extended. Feeling the stretch maybe in the forearms and the hands. And on the other side. And then a delicious move for the hands, the fingers, star, claw, and beak. Star, claw, and beak. The fingers take a real beating. It's good to pay attention to them. Now, from here, let's come up to another starting position, which is called table. This is our hands and knees posture. So coming into your table alignment, let's check that the arms and legs are perpendicular to the floor. And to the best of your body's ability, Level the spine and draw the head up in line with the rest of the spine. Now we'll begin to mobilize the back. As we breathe in, dropping the belly, lifting the chin to a posture that's called cow. As we breathe out, rolling the spine up toward the ceiling in the cat pose. So following the rhythm of your own breath, rolling the spine up and down, just loosening. You may find that it's a very small motion, and over time, over weeks and months, it may get a little bigger. Yoga also cultivates great patience. Bringing that back to stillness, let's come into the child's pose. So from table, let's draw the toes together. The knees still have a little space. And draw the tailbone down toward the heels and stretch the arms out overhead. You can rest your forehead on the floor. This is a resting pose. And a very nice extension of the spine. Now let's rise up and we'll extend the body out full length on the belly in a Sphinx pose. So the arms are just resting in front of you. You can have them straight ahead, or you can join the hands together in a prayer pose. And we'll do a very gentle, stable back bend, bending the spine backward. Take a moment to drop your attention into the experience, feeling the spine settle, letting go of tension wherever you don't need it. And then letting go of that. Let's lower the body and come back up to table. And from there, however it works for you, coming up to a standing posture. Finding your mountain pose. So the posture is straight, but at the same time, we're relaxed. The knees are soft. The chest is open. Yoga gives us the gift of feeling very stable and very at ease at the same time. Breathe in, and now squat down and come to the chair pose. Letting your tail stick out as though you were going to sit in a chair, lifting the arms up. And we'll breathe in and out of that a few times. And please allow me to demonstrate a safe way to do forward bends that will spare your spine a little bit. So when we do a forward bend in our mindfulness classes, we're bending the body forward right from here, from the hip crease. We'll be breathing in, and with the exhale, bending right at the hip crease, holding the spine erect. The knees can be soft. And then when you get about halfway down or 2/3 of the way down, you can allow the spine to curl. Take a moment to allow the body to settle into the pose. It's okay to have soft knees. Draw the belly in And see if the chest can get a little closer to the legs. And then when it's time to come up, put a good bend in the knees and push up with the strength of your legs, sparing your spine, and we'll come back to where we started. Let's do that one again. Breathing in. Now, forward bend. You might experiment with straightening the legs, seeing if you can get a really good stretch in the hamstring muscles. And when it's time to come up, let's bend the knees, push up with the legs, and back to where we started. Very nice. In almost all yoga forms, you'll also run into poses that are called warrior poses. These are one of the most noted standing yoga poses. So let's work a little bit with a few of the warrior poses. Coming to the back of your mat, let's angle the right foot and step the left foot forward, giving yourself a nice wide base, as wide as your body can tolerate. Then we'll bend the knee and breathe in, lifting the arms up to warrior one. Let's breathe and hold it for a few breaths. Noticing all the places where this places demands on the body, and maybe staying strong in the belly. Now we'll breathe in, and with the exhale, swing the upper body around to the side, and then turn the head to face out over your left fingertips. This is warrior two. Strong in the body. Maybe noticing a little bit of stress in the shoulders and the arms. Coming back around to warrior one, so the upper body is facing out over the knee. And releasing. Okay. Now on the other side of the body, let's come to the back of your mat or your carpet. And this time we'll angle the left foot and step the right foot forward. Breathing in as we lift up into warrior one. Sometimes it's nice to hold the pose, and sometimes it's nice to make it a breathing pose, a moving pose. Breathing in and out. Now breathing in. Let's allow the next out breath to carry us to warrior two on this side. The belly facing out to the side, turning your head to look out over your right fingertips. Right on the same side as your bent knee. And back to warrior one. And release. Okay. And before we come back down into a lower position, let's practice a little balance. So, finding your mountain pose. Soften your knees. Bring your attention to your breath. And shift the weight to one leg, keeping the knee soft. And with your next breath in, come up to heron pose, lifting one leg out in front of you, arms lifted. You can hold it as long as you feel stable. It's also a good opportunity for laughter, because you never know, some days you can do it and some days it's a comedy. Now, coming back to our starting posture, shifting the weight to the other side. Breathing it up, the knees are soft. That helps you to tolerate all of the quivering that goes on. We'll come in for a gentle landing. Shake it out a little bit. I mean, really quiver. Let your whole body quiver. Head, face, arms, and legs. This is one of the ways in which the body discharges stress and fear. And when you stop, it really feels good, doesn't it? Now let's come back down to our backs. And we'll do a few things from a lying down on your back posture. So let's see if I can fit on the camera. Okay. Lying down. Let's put the arms out in a T. Take a moment to let the back settle into the floor. And then let's try a few windshield wipers from this posture. Arms out in a T, legs swinging from side to side. Now we'll let the legs come back up to the middle, and then maybe hug the knees into the chest and rock a little bit. Just sense into that. Massaging the back. And we'll finish our active practice with a little gentle twist. With your legs up as though you were sitting in a chair and your arms back out in a T. Let's breathe in and then allow the knees to swing over to one side. Giving the spine a gentle twist. You can turn your head to look at the opposite shoulder, and that will really deepen your twist. Continuing to breathe and to allow the body to settle into the posture. And then when you're ready, put the head back to center. Draw the knees back up overhead. Breathe in, and with the next out breath, let the knees drop to the other side. Turning your head to gaze out over your shoulder. I've always found that twisting is a very nice time to take some deep cleansing breaths and sigh them out. Then we'll draw the head back to center. The knees overhead. Let's give them one more hug into the body. And then you can allow your legs to stretch out long. The arms at rest along the sides of the body. And just take a few moments to truly rest. If it's good for you, letting your eyes drift closed, letting your feet fall out to the side. No effort at all. Dropping the attention back inside the body and noticing the body's energy, the sensation of breath moving through the body. You can continue to rest, or if you feel ready, you can come back up to a seated posture. But whichever you choose, take a moment to bring your awareness inside. With gratitude that we have bodies that will respond to what we ask them to do in the way of movement. and allowing the gentle movement to be settling to the mind and the spirit. I hope that this practice felt beneficial for you and that it's just the beginning of a long relationship with yoga.